Many of you have plans to take a vacation this summer, but what's the best way to not get stuck in a truly horrible rental? We spoke with one unlucky traveler, that would be Sarah Stone Mitchell, who shared her experience on TikTok of a rental gone wrong.
We were traveling to Bishop Arts District, which is an area in Dallas, and we were actually doing a girls trip. So based on the photos, I found this house and I was like, this is perfect. The first issue that I saw where I was like, this is kind of odd. The kitchen sink doesn't work. One of the rules in this house was no vaping or smoking, or else there's a $500 fine. And I double checked the rules because when I walked in, it was a strong odor of smoke. As we kind of explore the house, we walk into the laundry room and there's a couch that's flipped over. There were stains on the sheets. We weren't allowed on the upstairs balcony because they were doing repairs on it. And I said, hey, look, we can't stay here.
Sarah, I've been there, so have a lot of other people. Stone Mitchell said that Airbnb gave her a full refund, and the group ended up staying in a hotel instead. And in a statement, Airbnb said that they've rolled out air cover for many guests. That's what they call it. This was in May. It includes several new travel protections, including a get-what-you-booked guarantee. It states a guest has 3 days to report a problem with the home, and Airbnb will find you a similar or better home or refund you. I've had a good experience with Airbnb myself. Let's get right to Nikki Kelvin, Senior Director of Content for the Points Guy UK. He joins us now to help people out from the get-go. Nikki, thank you for being here. We've heard a bad experience, but the best option is really to avoid it ahead of time. So what should you look for in terms of red flags on the rental listing itself?
Absolutely. Well, thanks so much for having me. Red flags is really what you're looking for, and doing that work and research before can help you avoid some problems. So first of all, we advise that you check photos. So check them really carefully, make sure they're not blurry or doctored and that the photos are a real representation of the property. The next thing is go on Google Maps. It's a great resource. You can actually drop your pin in the street and have a look at the property from the outside, a real look at that. And then the most important thing is looking at the reviews, but not just taking them for what they say. You want to check who are the reviewers. Are those people who are leaving the reviews? Have they left lots of other reviews on different properties? So you want to make sure that they're real. Also, something to be concerned about is maybe is a different host contacting you than the one that's on the site. And also it may be a business running all of these places. So you want to check a lot.
You read about a business running these things. You get that a lot. Should you be concerned if it's kind of a management company, or is that actually a sign that it's a professional operation?
I don't think it's something to be worried about. You do see a lot of these companies running multiple Airbnbs, but the important thing is to check that there's not a web of different people leaving reviews on a group of properties. So as long as it's a legitimate company and there's lots of good reviews being left from independent people who look like they've actually stayed at the property, then you should be fine.
Cool. Nikki, we've seen warnings about hidden cameras. Does this happen often? And what if you think there is a hidden camera? How do you check for one?
I think the hidden cameras are a rarity, but they do happen. Okay. We do see stories of it, but definitely something to watch out for. Now, if you want to get be a spy about it, the best way to check is to switch the lights off, get a flashlight, and look around the room. And you're looking for reflections. And if you can see a reflection, then that glass is likely to be a hidden camera. It's important to say that hidden cameras are banned anywhere, but cameras can be in public places. That's okay as long as they're visible, but no bedrooms, no bathrooms, and you also just need to be aware and check those public spaces. But hidden cameras are always banned.
So, Nikki, if you have a bad experience at a rental property, what should you do? It seems like Airbnb seems to move very quickly to repair it, but what should you do?
The most important thing, firstly, is to move quickly. So contact your host straight away and see if whatever the issue is can be resolved, because that's probably the quickest way. So go to your host and try and resolve the problem, and then go to your rental provider, be that Airbnb or whoever else. And they do have these policies in place to help you. But the important thing is move fast so you can get helped quickly, and document everything. Lots of pictures, lots of notes. Mark the times or the contact that you've had with your host, because that's the way that you're going to be able to prove to your rental provider and to try and get help afterwards if you do have issues that continue.
Anything you can do if you're surprised by the hidden fees? I always hear about hidden fees that crop up that people had no idea.
Or Gayle, the hidden chores. The great thing about a
hidden
hotel,
chores,
the
like
great thing
what?
about a hotel is you can walk out, leave the towels wherever you want.
Yeah.
But sometimes at Airbnb, they'll ask you to take the trash out. You got to strip the beds.
And by the way, you owe this much more than when you leave.
Yeah, and you're trying to make a flight, so you have to do all that.
Well, I'm not sure what's worse, hidden fees or hidden chores. They're probably about as bad as each other when you're on vacation. But first up, again, contact the host. Be super clear about what's required of you in terms of extra fees and in terms of chores. And the big question I would ask, which is a hard one to answer if someone's trying to get money or make you do something, is what does that cleaning fee cover? So on these platforms, there's usually a cleaning fee. They can be quite expensive. Say, what is that covering? And then you can work out what's left for me to do.
All right, Nikki, we're so glad you're here. I know you're normally based in London in the UK, but I see you're in Charlotte. Just being nosy, what are you doing in Charlotte?
The campus of our company that I work for, we're here. I can actually see our lovely office right outside. So we've come to meet some of my esteemed colleagues and spend some days with them before heading back to London tonight.
Nikki, you could have said none of your business yet.
Yeah, you could have.
After I asked it, I said, ooh, I hope it's something not too personal. Yeah. Thank you, Nikki Kelvin. Thank you.
I wish it was more exciting.
Thank you so much.